So, Zemak, how's your day so far?
Um, Pretty good, thank you.
Sounds good, Zemak. So, Zemak, Self-Made Self, your EP, shall it be out on November 12th? So, can you tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production behind this EP?
Okay, so that's a pretty broad topic. So, songwriting, it's mostly my work. That I did all of that actually, and my friend Heaven, he just did all the vocals, but I also arranged them and just um, found them place in the music.
Mhm.
It took quite a lot of time. It was, I think, the whole thing took close to 2 years, but a lot of this time was just spent, trying to find what we actually want to do. And once it all clicked and fell into place, we just could move forward with it. So yeah, and the idea is like the idea behind it is very simple. We just wanted to play and record music that
Yeah.
we actually want to listen to, and nobody did that, and so we decided to do that ourselves. That's it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And was there any particular concept that was put behind this EP?
No, not really, not really. I mean, there's no vocals. I mean, there are vocals, but there's no lyrics as such.
Mhm.
So it's pretty broad and open thinking. Like we just wanted to express like everything through music. It was
Yeah.
pure musical expression, and there's no like a idea or anything behind it. It's just music.
Oh, it sounds good. Sounds good. And the cover art looks a bit interesting. So, what was the real theme that you put behind the cover art, and was the cover art designed by you?
No, no, no. Actually, this is the work of a French artist, Maëlle
Mhm.
Cadoret. Um, I just found her work somewhere in the internet, and I
Mhm.
decided to contact her. And she loved her music, and she decided that she will work with us.
Yeah.
So she prepared several artworks for us to choose from, and we have chosen this one because it looks, like you said, it looked interesting. So we
Yes.
decided, like,
Yeah.
why not give it a go?
Amazing. Amazing. Amazing, Zamak. And Zamak, what will be the tour plans post release of this EP?
Could you repeat that, please?
What would be the touring plans for your band post release of the EP?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I get it. I get it. There are no touring plans. We do not actually anticipate to play live anytime soon. There's only two
Mhm.
of us, and the music is pretty complex. So to play it
Yeah.
live, we would have to have like the whole band and a multitude of people, and logistically that would be pretty
Yes.
difficult. So at least for the time being, we decided we will remain a purely studio project.
Sounds good. And any plans of you to expand the band?
We thought about it, and we actually tried several times to invite
Mhm.
somebody else to play with us. But I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I have a specific set of ideas and approach to music, and not a
Yes.
lot of people can get in line with that. So I would have to compromise too much, and I think if I invited a lot of people to this project, that would mean that the music will start perhaps to sound a bit more generic, and I don't want
Gotcha.
that. So so
I understand.
I don't think that will happen.
I understand. And would you like to tell me how Snaum really started and how you formed it as a band?
Okay, so actually, I started as my own personal project like 2 years ago, perhaps, and I just started playing and recording exactly the music I always wanted to play, but I couldn't find people to play it with. And I gave some ads in the internet looking for people, and like I couldn't find anybody. And then Heaven contacted me. He said that he really likes it and he would like to be a part of it. And yeah, and at first the funny thing actually, at first I told him no because I expected him to record his own vocals and just send me the ready files, and he couldn't do that because he's not that much into computers and recording and stuff. But he was very persistent and he kept nagging me and nagging me, and finally I said like, okay, like I'll do that for you. And it was a very good idea because we you were like our cooperation is really amazing and we understand each other very good. So yeah, so that's how it started. And then it was like juggling ideas and
Yeah.
trying to put them together. The song were evolving all the time because the first ideas were completely different. Like they were like something completely else, and they were like changing and evolving over time, and until they ended up the way they are now.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And talking about this EP, Self by Self, this five-track EP, I had the opportunity to listen to it, and it's a real amazing EP that you have put for this year. Sounds really great. Darkness was there. The music was totally amazing, and the way the music was engineered and progress is totally amazing. A brilliant record, I would say. And how, as a band, do you feel about the outcome of this EP, Zaman?
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words because it's always really nice to hear, somebody appreciate what you do. Um, what do we feel? It was a process, and it wasn't totally pre-planned. We didn't exactly know what we're gonna come up with.
Mhm.
So it's hard to say. It was like, I like to call it like an opening salvo. So we just put out whatever we had, and now when we have found our identity, we'll probably try to expand on it and build something more. Um, of course, there are things that I would like to do better, but I think that's normal. Every artist like
Yeah.
wants to do better than they did. But all in all, I'm pretty like satisfied with what we came up with
Mhm.
for the work that we did. I like it. Of course, I'm a bit tired of it because I've heard it so many times that I'm really sick of it at this point. But sometimes when I just take a break and then I listen to it again, I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, all in all, we're happy.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And Zamak, what will be the next plans for you?
The next plans, okay. So for now, we are just totally focused on getting the AP out. I'm sorry. And once the promotion and everything is over, we'll just probably start maybe writing and recording some new stuff. I already have some ideas, but
Mhm.
I haven't touched the guitar or any instrument in like several months, I think. So
Yeah.
uh, I don't have any precise plans. I have like say I have some ideas what I want to do next, but it's pretty vague at this point.
I understand. So, do you have any dreams that you want to fulfill in the coming years?
Wow, that's a good one. I mean, I don't want to become like a rock star or anything because that was never our goal. I just want to have like I want as many people as possible to listen to what we have, and like if they like it, just become the fans and just find some appreciation for what we
Yeah,
do. And yeah, I mean, I think that's it. We just want to put out what we have and see that people like it. That's the ultimate dream, I think.
that's so nice. That's so nice, Zamak. And in the future, if you want to collaborate with any particular band or artist, do you have somebody on your mind?
Um, this is also a tricky question because, of course, I do. I have some artists that I greatly admire,
Mhm.
and I would like to work with them. But on the other hand, I'm not very good at cooperation because I usually don't like anybody else's ideas, and I also don't like most of my own ideas as well. So I'm very picky about that. But if I had to, I would say I don't know, maybe Justin Broderick from
Yeah.
Godflesh. I
Mhm.
really admire that guy. I think he's amazing, and he works in a pretty similar way to us. I mean, he just has his own studio and he records all kinds of music like in his own garage and puts it out, and it's kind of similar to what we're doing in that aspect. So yeah, I think that would be pretty good match. Actually, the funny thing is, like some time ago, I even messaged him on Facebook and
Mhm.
asking if he would be willing to collaborate, but he didn't answer at all. So I think we're too small for him for the time being. But we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And Uh, do you? I know right now you're not having any plans to go on live or anything, but in the future, if you really want to go out and play for the fans, do you have any favorite arena or a country that you really want to go and play for the fans out there?
Um, do you mean like who, like a band that we would go on tour with,
No,
or a
no,
place?
no. Any venue that you really want to go and perform
Oh,
there?
venue. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I don't know, man. I really don't know any venues. I don't really listen to music that much, and I don't go to concerts that much. I'm definitely more about writing music and playing it than just listening and seeing people play. So I don't really have any venue that I would like to play. I mean, any venue would be cool if we play live. If there are people who admire what we do, the venue doesn't really matter.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And in the future, do you have any plans to do a lot of experimentation in music and bring more different genre of music to the fans?
Actually, this is something that I'm thinking about constantly because I have a lot of ideas that are
Mm.
not confined to this particular genre. Uh, but I don't know. I'd rather put the same, I'd rather put different ideas into one musical project, as
Yeah.
this streets, than start like separate projects because that takes too much time and effort. And I just want to focus my attention on one thing and do one thing good instead of doing like several things, not as good, essentially.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And Zemak, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans and people who are new listening to Snaum?
Wow, that's also a difficult one. I don't think I'm a person who would like, give messages to people. I would just say, just give us a chance, listen to our music. If you like it, then it's cool. If you don't like it, it's also cool. I mean, not everybody has to like it. And yeah, that's it. Like, listen to the music and give us feedback, and that's it.
Wonderful, wonderful, Zemak. And Zemak, thank you so much for giving me your time today for this interview. It's a real pleasure for me to have this interview with you. And thanks again for the amazing music that you've been creating and for the upcoming EPs. And thanks again for this opportunity.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much for having me, and yeah, have a good day.
You too have a great evening out there, Zemak. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Sure. Bye.
Bye.